Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, so this is the time that I have to film and it is a cloudy mess out here in Colorado, so hello ring light, I hate you. Anyway, I have a little bit of a haul. Most of these items are from Traveler's Company, so let's get started. And we are going to start with the 007 Traveler's Notebook card file is what it's called. I was like, am I reading the wrong card file? So these are for like business cards. It's 12 pockets. Let me open this. Okay, out of the plastic, it looks like this. So we have 1, 2, 3 pockets here. On the inside, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3 on the back, and that's where you get your 12 pockets. I chose to get this instead of getting the, what are they called? I cannot think of the name for the life of me. I'm gonna flash it on the screen. You're probably screaming it right now. Those plastic things you can get from Chic Sparrow that wrap around your inserts. Anyway, like the covers. I don't care for them very much because one, they fight you. They will never be like completely flat. I have cut them down the spine and put washi tape so that they will be more flat, and that does work. I highly recommend that to anyone who's trying to figure that situation out. But also they are super shiny like this plastic that's going to reflect a lot of light. And since it's winter here and I have to use my ring light because I'm in a dungeon, I prefer to use this Traveler's Company plastic with my ring light that isn't super shiny. It's more of like a matte, like a frosted kind of finish. So, you know, I think it just works nicely and I don't have to freak out as much. And this wraps around lovely. This is a standard size insert, so you can see it there. And this is just a very easy, quick, and fun way to customize your traveler's notebook in a non-permanent way. So if you have like a special or limited edition traveler's notebook and you're really nervous about, you know, attaching all of the things and gluing some stuff, I see people, you know, sew into theirs, which is awesome. And you just want something that, you know, in case you change your mind, like me, in a week or a month, you can do so. You can just take the things out of the pockets. So what I like to put in here are washi tape samples that I never use and business cards occasionally, but mostly those go in my wallet if I'm being perfectly honest. I like to put pictures of beautiful things that I find on Canva and put in here as well for decoration because those are easy to not only customize but to take in and out, and they're pretty inexpensive, especially if you're printing them yourself. So this is the only insert that I bought from Traveler's Company that I've actually owned before, and the reason why I repurchased it isn't because it fell apart. I've had it forever and it has held up nicely, but it is old and it's gotten some, like, I don't know, like residue and stuff, like, you know, stuff rubs up on this and then it's on the plastic. So I tried to wipe it off with a couple of different things and it didn't come off, and I was kind of sad panda. So it looks a little junky, but as far as the plastic's concerned, it's held up well. It didn't rip or tear or anything like that. So I ended up purchasing this again so I could have a nice spinky new, clean one for 2025. So is this something you guys have bought before? Is it something you're interested in? Let me know down below. What else do you guys put in here? I was trying to think about that as well. You can collage. You can collage like a little piece of cardstock and then stick it in here too, also for a nice touch of, you know, personality. You can also take this, which it actually came in. This is a nice hefty cardstock, and you could collage this as well. I just like saying collage instead of collage. I know, I just want to be fancy. You can cut it, you can fit it to size in here as well and put something on here, or use this even for your, if you laminate it, you can use this to wrap around your washi tape. Yeah, so let me know what other ideas you have for this so that I might give them a go in 2025. The next thing I ended up getting, this is new to me, is the 031 by Traveler's Company, and this is the sticker release paper, and it is 32 pages. So other than 13, which is funny because it's backwards of this, right? The reverse, I should say. this is the only other insert other than the 013, which I believe is the Tomoe Ripper paper, that is not 64 pages. This one is only 32, so half of what a standard traveler's notebook insert is, at least in the standard size. This is very glossy, shiny, shiny. So this is for all the stickers and the washi tape that you want to put in here to carry with you. Now, to be honest, I'm not going to get it together to carry this with me in my traveler's notebook. I feel like that would be a waste of space. And also I want to see if the reason why they give you less pages is because it's thicker. And oh, sorry, I have this on manual focus, so you probably can't really see if it's really up close. But the answer is no. The 64 is definitely thicker. But anyway, what was I saying? I'm not going to carry this with me. It's just not necessary for me. Oh, look, they still have the paper in the front. That is so snazzy. I really like that, actually. So yeah, this is just standard paper that you can decorate if you want. Am I a fan that this is slightly pink? No, but I'll get over it. It's still better than the red-orange, the orange-red. Anyway, off topic. What was I saying? Oh, I think that honestly, because it's stapled, we could, as a community, decide to take out one full sheet and carry it with us in our traveler's notebook. Are you with me on that? Just because I don't need to carry a ton of, you know, like a whole insert, but it would be nice to have one. I did show you, of course it's nowhere near me, but in my everyday carry as of 2024 in November, I created something like this with page protectors. I don't know why I never remember what they're called. And I just washi tape them together to make a little booklet, and it's very small. It's passport size, and it works really well for me. So I think taking this out and only carrying one of these in an insert, you know, like just sticking it in the front, or even in one of these, I don't know if I actually have one in here. I probably don't. I was gonna say in my folder. It's over here. You could just put it in the front of your folder like this, and that would be kind of snazzy, and I would kind of enjoy that. So have you guys done that before? I think that that would work just fine. But yeah, this is kind of awesome, because if you have more than one traveler's notebook, you could certainly do that. And if you had a passport size, and again, you're like, I don't need the passport size one because I have this one, you could just take out one of these sheets, restaple it, and cut it down to passport. Or even, you know, B6, what's the other size that's popular? Pocket size, which is what I'm in right now. Duh, Sylvia. You could do that. So interested in all of that. Mostly I think I'm going to fill this baby up and keep it next to me where I plan in the mornings and in the evening. That way I always have stickers available. Also, I want to have at least one section for washi tape, because my washi tape is way on the other side of the room and I forget about it all the time. So I never use it. But if there were like strips in here, I would totally peel them off and use them. Also, if there were a strip in here and I needed more, I would at least remember that I have that washi tape because I forget that I have certain things sometimes. It's wild. Yeah, but I'm excited to have this. How do you guys use yours? Let me know down below. The next insert is a 005 by Traveler's Company, and this is called the Free Diary. It says it's 5mm grid, and you know how much I love 5mm grid if you've been following my channel, because I have larger handwriting. It also says that there are 2 months of diary type pages in here available, and it's 64 pages. On the back, it also makes a note that this is MD paper in the color cream, and I love MD paper. I have owned several notebooks by MD, and they're all just fabulous. The paper is wonderful. So yeah, so if you didn't like the cream, they of course make an insert that is just the 5mm grid that's white, so you could certainly do that. But let me tell you a little story about this insert. So I've seen this insert forever. I don't know if it's always been part of their standard lineup, but it's been there for as long as I can remember. So in the center here, you can see where the end of the first month is, and it has a full 31 days or pages, one for each day of the month, so it doesn't matter what month you're in. And that's true of the back. Yes. And they also have like an index page here in the front, which is kind of snazzy and cool. But I honestly never wanted to use this because, one, I was like, pass with the cream paper, because I usually had a Hobonichi Weeks that was taking up all of the cream paper life. And sometimes I'm not a fan of that French vanilla color. It's not always who I am. Also, I wasn't a fan of this gray header up here at the top because it made it look kind of, I don't know, it just was not beautiful looking. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's not mannish. But do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, I don't want to say computerized or robotic, although maybe people might think of it that way. It just seemed like I could make a better header that looked nicer than this, okay? And it's just like, why do we need that? So I never was interested in getting this, but I just recently saw a video, and I will put her name above, and I will try to remember to link the video down below. I'm terrible about remembering that, but I will do my best. Anyway, she had this insert, and I was actually looking at the video because she had something else that I was interested in, but she had this insert in there, and she was partly using it as like a weekly. She had drawn out the weekly kind of Hobonichi Weeks style, and then some days she was using like a daily planner. And I thought, I don't know, there's something about seeing it this time around that made it click in my brain. And I think honestly what it is that I'm in a pocket right now and I'm numbering all of those like Moleskine pages. Come on, Moleskine, get it together, number your pages by hand, using a stencil because I like for things to look more uniformed and I hate my handwriting, she said as she's not working on it. And I really liked the fact that these were already numbered for you. And I thought, oh my gosh. And something about it just clicked in my brain that I wanted to give this a go. I will try to pull this up because a lot of people don't. And then I'm wondering like what's over here on the side. I might have to insert a picture, and I will certainly do so if you can't see this, just because my camera is actually on manual focus, so it won't let me focus in. But we have week/point here. So I might be having a brain fart. Correct me if I'm wrong. What does point mean? Is that just like another way to say topic or subject? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know. Let us all know down below. And then right here we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it says special. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right next to the days of the week. And I think that's fabulous. You just put a little check mark or an X or whatever you want, fill in the little square. And then, and the special thing, I was wondering if it's like, if you didn't want a journal for that day, you wanted to make like just a straight up note page here, you would put special and then put the title in. There was something about this already being done for me, and the fact that it's uniform. Even though I'm not like a super fan of it being kind of like grayish and looking not so feminine really and pretty. Not everything has to be feminine, Sylvia. Men use this also. I have to remind myself of that all of the time. Anyway, there was just something about it that did not click in my brain, but did this time around. And I thought what I would do with this is, if I can find the center, with this first page here, I was thinking about, oh, well, if you like bullet journaling, you could certainly use the bullet journal style of a calendar that goes vertically like this. And honestly, if you wanted to put like, you know how sometimes Writer Carol will have like an E for exercise. I don't know what he actually keeps there. And then you can just check off or mark off every day that you exercise, and then you put your water to make sure that you're getting so many glasses, and you can check that off. And then something else, maybe it's that you checked your weight or something like that. You could fit that right in here because it has that hard line, kind of the Hobonichi Weeks does. And then over here, it has this gray section that can be used as another actual column if you wanted to. If not, you could just write straight across like something that you did for the day. So I kind of like the idea of using this. Now, I'm not a fan traditionally of the calendar version of the bullet journal monthly because I have to write these out. and I'm pretty lazy about it. But the fact that it's already done made me think, yes, 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 I think I could do this. I'm actually gonna have to get out of manual focus because I feel like you can't see this as well. So you can probably see that a little bit better. I know we won't get to see the whole thing, but at least you can see the numbers there. And they're like the same color as this. It's kind of like a faint gray, not necessarily black. I love it, I love it, I love it. And once again, I'll zoom in so you can kind of see, pull this up, what it says there. So again, I'm not sure what point means. Is that honestly, like, does that just mean like subject 1, subject 2? I'm just having a brain fart about it. Anyway, I've seen people go ahead and, what was I gonna say? Stamp in here, like whatever the topic is, like the date or whatever, because I do have a date stamp as well. And I really like that. I think it's pretty snazzy, pretty cool. Loving it, and I love that it's 5mm grid, and I'm not minding the cream colored pages. I just think it works really well for me. So the other thing I was thinking about, let me zoom out a little bit again, because there is 2 months in here, so I could start this in December, because right now it's November of 2024, in case you're watching this in the future. I could mark this whole thing as December of 2024. Make the first half like a notebook just for my writing. So every day I sit down and I write something, or I'm editing something, I can just write down the notes for that day. And the second one could be for like a language or for vocab. You could just go ahead and come in here every day and write some vocab or a quote or something. These are things I would actually archive. Like I have mentioned a million times on my channel that I really don't archive my planners just because it's just a tool I use to help me get through the day, the week, the month. And then after that, I really don't refer back to them. A lot of times I will throw them out because I have videos to refer to if I need to look at anything, which is really, really nice and a really nice way to digitally archive things. Certainly you could do the same thing with pictures. But this made me feel like I honestly was willing to give it a go. And I was honestly willing to try and archive these and keep them for longer terms. I used to journal in a few traveler's notebooks for a little bit, and then I just went back to regular notebooks for that. So I don't know why, I just felt more comfortable in a regular notebook. And I ended up getting, how many of these? I ended up buying 4 of these guys. And I had one already open here. So if you wanted to journal for the entire year, you would actually need, what, 6 of these to do 12 months. I only have 4. And my idea was, I was thinking about doing something like having a journal in the front, whether it was my writing journal or just a standard one. And then in the back, either vocabulary or quotes or something that I wanted to keep. And then having a different one, this would be just for 1 month. And this one I was thinking about because I love the fact that they're numbered, and I start automatically, my brain goes to bullet journaling. I thought maybe I could use this for a long-term notebook, and you could actually do something like a collections in this first section. So you would have 31 collections, and then doing a Getting Things Done by David Allen system back here, 31 pages of that, because that is more actionable lists, whereas you can absolutely journal in lists. Like if you just wanted to you know, write down your top 10 songs for 2024, since we are coming to the end of the year, and remember that for years to come. You could do something like that. But maybe this would be more of a long-term collections situation for me, because I do like the fact that the pages are numbered. And I think Miss Carrie Harling has talked about how back in the day when she used to do pint-sized planning, how you could take a notebook, I think at the time she was talking more like field notes inserts because they're smaller, how you could divide it in half, and the first part could be about something and the second part of that notebook could be about a different subject. So I'm going to play around with that for this year, and I just wanted to have one in case I liked the long-term notebook idea and I needed another one halfway through the year. I had one, and if I liked the journaling thing, I had an extra one for that, and that's why I ended up getting 4. But certainly this is part of their standard line, the 005. And if I need more, I'm sure that there will be some. So let me know if you've tried out this insert before. Do you think it's a little too like robotic, mannish? I don't know what the word is. Tell me what the word is. It's just not clean. It's clean because it's like gray, Maybe if it wasn't gray, I don't know how that would look. I don't mind like the little space for the title and all of these weak/point little squares, but maybe if it wasn't gray and it just looked a little bit cleaner, I would be totally fine. Like instead of putting gray, just leaving it blank with no square behind it, square grid, and I think that you would still see it just fine. Is that a lie? I don't really know. Yeah. Okay, so that is the 005. And speaking of, let me zoom out here since it's a little bit wider. Speaking of archiving things, I have never had a reason to buy this thing, but because I thought I would give the 005 a go and try to either archive something in there, I thought I would need a place to house that. So I decided to get the 011, which is the refill binder. So let me open this up. I know it sounds like it's broken, but I think that's just because the things in there are loosey-goosey. I hope so. Alright, so they have this fun little diagram for people like me who really needs a picture and the words to show you how it works. So this says that it can house up to 5 notebooks. Yeah, that's what it says, 5 notebooks, which means that you would be short one for a full year if you use something like this, because it has 2 months in each one. But maybe you could like shove it in the back and it would still fit in there. I don't know. Let me know if you've had this before, what you've done. But these are supposed to just pop out. Let me see if I can do this without breaking it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Yay, first try. Ooh, that came all the way out. I don't think that was supposed to happen, but we'll see how it goes. So this just goes in the center, and we're going to treat this little piece of metal like it's a string, right? Isn't that the thing, the rule? This may require me sticking my head underneath the camera. Oh, walls. Okay, I got her in there. There we go. And that is what it looks like. And I have actually seen people, oh my gosh, my favorite, Amidst the Gray. It's like we are sharing the same brain, lady, because I just saw that she was decorating one of these and mine was already on the way. This little sticker paper, she was decorating it with all of her stickers and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have one of those on the way, I'm so excited. And then she was showing me that she's used these in the past and she actually decorates the outside as well. So I'm excited to put all kinds of stickers on the outside of this too. Or, I mean, you could do whatever you wanted. You could even put material on here. I wonder if I could pull these off and put material and then stick these back on there. That would be kind of cool. All right, so now I have archival inserts. I think I might actually use some ideas for how to use them and a place to archive them when they're all done. Definitely have to reopen this. And I did only get one because these were like, I don't know, I think they were under $18, which isn't that serious, but I thought, well, if I don't really use them, they're just gonna sit there, so I thought I would just go with one for now. And the last thing I have by Traveler's Company is this little guy. I've never owned one, not officially from Traveler's Company. So I was trying to take this off and it was not gonna happen. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait till I open it because I thought there was some English on the back I could read. And there is. Yeah, so it says that this is a clip to keep travelers' notebooks open. Okay. And that makes sense because it's heavy. In the past, like it wasn't just like this morning, I use like skeleton clips like this, but this is not actually, it's not as heavy as this. So I like that this is going to be used kind of like a counterweight to weigh things down. This one too. And I think both of these I have gotten in the past either from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, something like that. They're pretty inexpensive and they work, you know, decently. But this one definitely has a nice weight to it, which I really do like. And if you didn't want to use it that way, or when you're not using it that way, it can just sit on your traveler's notebook and look snazzy, which I also like. I like a little bit of beautiful in my life. So I've seen people like put it on the back like this so that it can hold it like a piece of paper. Like I have a dot grid one like this, and that's kind of snazzy. Well, obviously Sylvia should probably fit it inside the notebook. That makes more sense. And then you can see it poking out like that. Isn't that cool? Now I will tell you right now that I am more of a silver chrome kind of a gal than I am a brass or gold person, but it's still really pretty. And I felt like this one, it matched better with all my traveler's notebooks than the one that had the black lettering that was a little bit more harsh and stood out a little bit more. I also want both of them, but this is the one I decided to go with. And is there anything on the back? No. What does it say? Let me pull it up so you can actually say. Have a nice trip. Traveler's notebook. Traveler's company made in Japan. Yes, so this is very snazzy and fancy. Like, I normally don't get stuff like this. This is like, I decided to go with a haul of all the things I would never actually purchase because I wasn't sure if I was going to use them, and they seem kind of frou-frou for me. And I decided, yeah, says the girl with glittery nail polish. But it did. It seemed like, oh, these are just like not as functional things that are necessary to have a traveler's notebook, but man, are they pretty. And the last two things I ended up getting was this. So first of all, my niece she's a freshman, and they're doing something similar in their English class. So here we have unit, and it gives you some wordage. And then at the end, you get a little bit of a quiz. And I just thought that this was fun, especially since it tells but these are gorgeous, and I'm going to use them if I need to in here or in any of my new inserts that I ended up getting. Obviously not in the sticker one because that would probably be a hot mess, but I am excited for all of these purchases. So let me know down below, out of all the things that I got, do you own any of them? Are you interested maybe after this video in owning them? Are these like special purchases that you're just like, I can't really find a reason to buy them, because they certainly were for me for a while until I got a gift card and I was like, I'm just gonna buy all the things I would never buy on my own. And that ended up working out. And I really think that this one for like, I think it was like $19.50, something like that. So under 20 bucks, but still 20 bucks. It's still just really nice. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention in a video that it is heavy, which makes sense because it's meant to be like, to hold your paper down so that you can write or draw. And it's fabulous. I love it. All right. I'm going to go enjoy my new goodies and make some things to put in here so that I can customize my traveler notebook in a non-permanent way. Because I get too much anxiety about things like that. I'm just going to have so many regrets. So this is kind of a regretless insert. That's what they should probably call it. The name is probably unfortunate, and that's probably why they will never, like, I'm not meant to be a nomenclature. So there's that. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.